marketing exec Julie Briskman went viral for flipping off the presidential motorcade as it roared past while leaving one of his golf clubs. But she changed the photo to her social media profile picture, and her company fired her. And so there's a great question: did she deserve to get fired over?
Well, there's a great question. Is maybe she was just saying you're number one. How do they know? Right?
It's possible. It's a coincidental finger choice, but I think it really is up to companies, because I don't know if this is generational with social media, but I've always said before you hit post or send, would your boss be okay with it, and would your parents be okay with it?
Yeah.
And so I feel like this talk of whether someone can do this in their own time, we've become 24/7 brands. We no longer receive a landline call from our boss at home and check out for the day. You're now on the clock all day long.
Well, what's interesting to me was she wasn't recognizable. The photograph was taken. She posted it. She told her employer. And so I think a lot of people feel like I'm protected by the First Amendment. And of course you are from government action, but this is a private, this is her company, and it's not freedom from consequences.
Yeah.
It's just
And
freedom of speech.
My question is, how the hell did she get that close?
Yeah.
Because you remember what happened when the bicyclist with Obama, when they took him, because he came he didn't realize it was even a motorcade.
Yeah.
So how does this girl, she's riding along.
So close.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, hey, where's the Secret Service?
But she could have had a, she could have a gun.
Yeah,
She could have had
keep them out. They normally post the road.
She could have done that. They don't. What the hell?
What about the guy who was who also worked for that company, who also posted heinous things against Black Lives Matter and called people names, and he's still got his job?
Oh, I didn't know
but
that.
It depends on the company. Again, like I think they
Is it
do
the
have-
same
They
company?
work for the same company?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is her?
She says.
This woman. What's her name?
It's Julie Briskman.
She says a director at her company called someone a. He still has his job.
Well, see, now
She
there's a
claims that.
problem
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
There's a
It's a
problem
bit
there.
of
You
an
have to
inconsistency.
treat people equally.
We're gonna find out. We might not know by the end of the show,
hard.
but if we find out tomorrow, we're gonna be talking about it. We'll be right back. Apparently, it can be tough for parents of young time for themselves. And former Jersey Shore star Jenny J. Wow Farley says that she basically has a sexless marriage right now, since she has a 1- and 3-year-old at home. What does she mean by this?
I think they're in the bed with her.
Yeah, they're co-sleeping.
Yeah,
They're
that's the
co-sleeping with
problem.
the
I mean, I've
kids.
never had my kids sleeping with me. I've had dogs sleep with me.
Dogs can sleep with you.
There's no way to describe those men. There's no way to describe
That's
them.
what I saw
But
the problem.
two-legged,
Because
yeah.
it says experts define a sexless marriage as having sex no more than 10 times in a given year or less than once per month. And I think it may be difficult.
10 a year.
Yeah. I think it's difficult if you're.
That ain't gonna work for me.
You got the kids, right? I mean, that's sexless. So
Yeah,
you
but
know,
she's
they have
having
the
sex
babies.
twice a week, and she's calling that sexless.
Well,
No,
Not the
no.
Jersey Shore,
Is
though.
it twice a week? Oh,
Yeah.
Then she's getting it on.
that
she's
show
on
was
a
like-
honeymoon.
I mean, right?
They were like heathens on that
getting it
show.
all.
All they did was have sex on that show and get
I
drunk.
know.
No effect. I mean, whatever.
I
do
can't
you.
relate to this story
Let us
now.
remember there are 24 hours in a day and many rooms in a house. So she doesn't
Yeah.
have to limit it to the co-sleeping hours. Like,
I can't relate now. I didn't know they were having sex.
That's
But
what
a lot
I
of people
say.
wouldn't say these things. So I'm about to get married soon, and there's something about talking about. Everyone knows that when you're in a relationship at a certain point, you're going to have to work on things because we're humans and we get bored. But the idea of having kids sleeping in your bed and like
You don't have to
having
have them in your
kids
bed.
will automatically make your life sexless. Don't put that out in the universe
no.
Yeah.
either. I know
Well,
there
I
are
have
tons
kids.
of
I
women
still
who
have
don't
sex.
have this
Have
problem.
you seen my belly? Proof is in the pudding.
But you have a 1-year-old, right?
Yeah. So you find time.
And why? I don't understand this idea of kids sleep in the bed with you and your husband. I don't understand that.
It's European.
Well, I'll be
European
peeing in the bed, but I would not, thank you. I just don't understand that, because isn't that when you and your partner
when you
are sort of like,
intimate.
you're
Yeah,
just chilling.
Yeah,
You
but
can
maybe
talk about the
it
kids,
might be an
too.
excuse to not have sex, to put the kids in the bed.
I've had a lot of friends. I have friends that have done this with the kids sleeping in the bed. And one of my friends, you know who you are, the baby was in the bed till she was 11.
God.
Yes. And then the husband started
Don't say the
sleeping.
name, because you know child services will go and visit
well,
that.
Well, her husband, they're divorced now. Her husband started sleeping in another room. And I really think that a large part of it was that co-sleeping arrangement.
She didn't want to sleep with him. That's
It
why
must have been that, right? I don't think it's a good
Kids are
idea.
also really active sleepers. They kick the crap out of you. So, like,
yeah.
I remember my parents couldn't sleep with me. They were like, you used to kick because we get scared and we get in bed with them.
Yeah.
So that's not sleeping.
Yeah, but
the
they don't
intimacy.
snore like a.
Oh, yes, they do. Yes, they do.
My Chihuahua snores.
I know.
No,
I had
Charlie
acid-
snores.
Yeah, I had.
She got a
acid
little
house
tiny
that
nose,
snored.
but it's like,
They make noises. They
make
move
noise,
a lot.
Yeah.
I think you just got to make it a priority like everything else in life.
Yeah.
That's my... I'm not married. I don't have kids yet,
The
but
sex
I think...
stuff?
I think you just got to put it up there like everything else.
yeah.
What, sex?
Make time.
Yeah.
If I weren't having sex, I would be like, okay, we got to figure this out. We got to
But after a while, you have to like work at it. What do I have, a second job? You know, it's like, what am I collecting tolls on the Jersey Turnpike now?
At this point, I don't know where we are.
Also, my future mother-in-law watches this show now, and this is very awkward for me to speak about at this moment.
That's right. Well, she won't be having sex on the turnpike. We'll be right back.